Okay, I think we're live. Yeah, looks pretty good. I have a pint of milk here. So I thought I'd paint that. I've got an old canvas I'm going to go over, which has sort of let me off the hook of having to prime anything up. It's a bit busy at the moment, so this is probably going to be a nice quick one. Oh, that's interesting. Brilliant. Oh, it looks like the chat doesn't work on my restream thing, so oh, you know what? Yeah, that does. I mean, no internet. Shut up. Hey, okay. Hopefully that's working. So I'll be looking for your messages from time to time if anybody wants to send anything. Oh, more things I've forgotten. Come on, I'll do it. Okay. So yeah, interesting subject matter. This is all going to be done with colour. It's going to be absolutely key to it. And I think I might start just with some colour actually. I've got this rather greenish background. It's right in the middle. Oh, I'm going to have to put some more paint out, but first things first, let's have a bit of that. A little bit of yellow ochre, dip it towards the green. Big splash of white. Yellow ochre and a bit more blue. And I'm starting to find that background colour. It's even a bit bluer than that. Okay, so I'm going to need to see a big contrast between that and slightly creamy, even slightly greenish. Let's put that up here. Milk colour. A bit more of a crisp green. I might get the Viridian out here as well. And there's a really bright highlight. So I'm going to want to see that. I'm going to want to see it jump down. Pretty blue. Yeah, there's other colours I'm going to need to see out here. I can't be bothered sorting through this bag. That's just going to... It's one of those evenings where everything's going to end up on the floor. I just can feel it. So I'm just throwing everything on the floor and now it can't fall off. So I foiled that plan. There's one of those. That's me blowing up a rubber glove so I can actually put it on. Still can't quite manage it. Come on. Right. Yeah, this is one of those evenings where everything just seems to be impossible and take an age. Oh, amazing, I've put a glove on. That took about 10 minutes or something. So I have to relax a bit. There is some Viridian. Put some more blue out. I think I'm going to need a brighter yellow. I think yellow ochre will do it. I've got plenty of white out at the moment. We'll come back to that. So I just need to create this movement from my bright white to, that's almost like a pinky light. A pale pinky light. Put the tiniest bit of that into here. And then make it brighter even. Okay. More pink. Good. Maybe I'll just put this on the surface. Oh, brushes. I need brushes. That'll be useful. Hey. Apologies for the late start, but stomp around the studio. Oh, God knows what that was meant to do. Go. Okay, let's have a bit of shadow. Where's my lid of my bottle? I want the base about there. Move it off to one side as well. And blue in that. Right. Okay. So where was I? Oh yeah, so this highlight colour is going to go in there somewhere. So I'll bung that in. Is he going brown? Brilliant. This darker colour's got to go next to it. It's going to be a bit yellower. It's slightly different at the top to on the side. Is it the right amount darker? That's the question. That's pretty good. What about over here? I don't quite know what that's doing. Okay. That's those colours talking to each other. It's a bit paler and a bit greener over here. Yeah. In those sorts of shapes. Okay, I'm trying to keep these colours intact in case I have to mix more or some variation of them. So they go there on the palette. And right, I need a grey. Maybe I'll put that down here. See what this does. I have a feeling this is not going to be dark enough or green enough. What are you doing here? I'm just going to end up on the floor. What happens if that goes here? Actually, that's not too far off, tonally speaking. It gets darker again. Okay, so what am I going to need? Smashing. It's a bit bluer. Is that working there? Yeah, it's pretty good. And there's sort of a dark edge of that down here. That comes across that far. And there's a lighter version, but not quite as light as this. Just next to it. Use the rest of the mixing white. Oh, not quite all the paint wants to come off this knife and mix in. That's it, it's going to be darker than that and yellower. Going to be too yellow. I'll put it on just to check, yes. River, lighter. There's this sort of reflection highlight colour, but it's not dark enough. Got to be this next step down. Is that doing it? Sort of feels like the kind of a colour I want. Looking at it, that was my highlight. Something in between around here. What's that doing? Very hard to pin down this colour at this point. Oh well, that'll do for the moment. I just need to get this bluish colour for the background, which is a proportion darker and bluer than this. Should be noticeably darker than that, which that isn't. Oh, yeah, let's pop that in it. Pop this in it, a bit more blue. It almost looks the same. Let's get a brush and stick it on, see what it does. No, that is considerably darker. Right, going to need a fair old quantity of this. But yeah, it looks like a pretty good colour. Right. So we'll let the mixing white. Oh no, that's not it. Ta-da! Yeah, a pretty good quantity of pretty much the same colour. A little bit yellower. A little bit, I'll use this. Just enough of a shift. Now I want a bit of a shadow colour as well. Which definitely goes a bit bluer and greener. It's about as dark as this, so that looks pretty good. Oh, doesn't matter how much. This knife will not deposit all the colour out. Still streaky. I'm going to apply colour with a palette knife. Has to be well mixed. It will not work. Hey. What else is going on? Right, let's do that. Slightly darker background. Just over here. And out there. Yeah, doesn't want to mix. Okay. Put the tiniest bit of oil in that just to make it A bit more pliable. And that should give me a nice contrast to that. Doesn't look blue. Take that off again. And it's not going to be dark enough for this. Oh no, it does kind of work for that. Tonally, I think it's okay. But the colour is off. Let me get a bit of blue and green. I'm going to mix them light until the tone's about right. See if that works. So that might be a magic colour for this painting. A bit more, I reckon. Okay, what does that do? Hard edge to that. There, I'm out of paint already, barely used. I barely covered half the canvas with that. I need more of that colour. Want a lot more. Seems to be taking a little while, to be honest. Now, that can go a bit darker over here. That to one side as well. So much paint. But that's what it's for. Oh. Dear. Let's see what this does. Not too light? No, that's looking pretty good. Okay. There's a lot of mixing at this stage. Frankly, it's mostly just heavy lifting. I do need for that to go away. Give me some flat colour so I can actually see it. This canvas is old and baggy. There's right. Yeah, it's showing up the sort of the edges of the stretcher through the canvas. Just slightly annoying. That's all right. Oh, that's not mixed. Let's do this for another 20 minutes. I think it's the mixing white. Makes it a bit stodgy, hard to move around. Oh no, I'm covered in it. How did that happen? Well, it's only titanium white, which is basically a foodstuff anyway. I wonder if this can still be streaky. Oh, this is much better. No, I can't stand up on the top of the knife. Now that's all the white gone. Oh, let me streaky. That's just going to have to do, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, it just seemed to take an age to do a bit of decorating, basically. I'm quite frustrated with this. But the relationships are there. I'm going to take that off and put it here. I'm going to mix some of this blue with it. I'm going to put it back on. Oh. Actually, correction. We're going to mix it for about 20 minutes. And I'm going to put it back on and find out it's still streaky somehow. Like that. How? Yeah, okay. Some of it must be on the surface. But yeah, on here. Okay, there's some of that green. That's going to go along the bottom. Right. There's going to be a light attached to that. Which is also going to get a bit creamier, like this, and that's too much. No, there's still too. No, it's not working at all. That's got to go against this. Okay. I'm wondering whether to leave this palette knife. It's kind of tempting to. Hmm. Yeah, that green underneath, it's quite fun, but it's not quite right. Yeah. So make that sneak away again. Yeah, I'm not sure about any of this. Yeah. I guess that's what I wanted to come out now, so it did. Right. Not blue enough. Get another brush and I'll work some of this in. There we go. It's much better with a brush. Prefer it. Okay, I was talking about carrying that green into here. Yeah. Make a bit of violet here. Mix it with some lights. Right. Old titanium white. We can get all the way to the bright highlights now, I reckon. I'd normally say don't put bright white on a straight onto a painting, but things have already ruined this. Guess it doesn't much matter. There's so much paint as well, there's no way it can survive as a straight layer. Ah, okay. Better. And this dark grey in there as well. Pop a bit of that in there. Right. Right here. Always a bit uncomfortable with these lumpy marks. I know there's an aesthetic going around. There's probably people who think that looked much better before and it was just a load of palette knife and stuff, but Yeah, I don't really buy into that personally. Do it for me. I get to say what I want to say with it. There's a bit of green in there. It's subtle, but it kind of works. Wow, poorly drawn, looks stupid, paint's ugly. Yeah, I think I'm going to have a break from the live stream simply because there's too much sort of business work going on at the moment, and I can't paint at the same time. I just can't do it. I just make rubbish, and that ought to have relaxed me. Hello, John Paul. But it didn't. It just made me a bit cross, to be honest. Everything's broken and nothing fits. Okay. Oh, great. Right, give me a second. Let's move that over to one side, shall we? Might help. We'll have a little look at this. So if you get right in there, there's some proper thick paint going on. There's a few bits which are quite fun. Probably was better when it was palette knife, but as far as I'm concerned, both versions are equally bad, so it doesn't make a lot of difference. But it's a fun way to use up a canvas. And it meant I did sit down and do a painting. I tell myself I will. But yeah, no, I've had it with this now. But thanks for popping in anyhow. And hopefully by next week. And no, I might be super busy. Might be sorting it out. We'll see what happens. Oh, all the best anyway. Thank you for coming, everyone. And